Howdy, gang. We are live again. Early morning hours of August 8th, 2022, here in Anchorage, Alaska. Technically, it's the next day. Um, I did my first uh, podcast yesterday afternoon. Um, uh, I guess it was successful. It was just a test podcast I did, just to see how it would turn out, and trying to pick up some views over on YouTube on my YouTube channel. Um, I had it on my Twitch channel, but I took it off there just because it was just a test. It wasn't like a test broadcast. I wasn't really trying to make um a big deal out of it, so to speak. But people are watching it, so I'm probably gonna do another one in the near future. That one was unscripted. I was basically just I was pulled a topic out of my ass and just went with it, and I was just like kind of rambling. The next one probably will be more scripted, as in I'll actually know what I'm talking about, what the topic's going to be. Um, Kind of similar to a live stream I do with when I'm playing. I'm live streaming a video game. Obviously, the stream is about the game. So, the next podcast I do will probably be a lot more of focused. Have a better idea of whatever topic I'm going to be talking about. But until then, I just wanted to return to the computer game that basically started my whole streaming channel. This was the first successful live stream I did, where it was an actual live stream of a game. My first streamed this game way back towards the end of February of this year, and I kind of want to return to it. I did stream it off the Xbox version a couple times since then, but this was in my opinion, the superior version. I'm not sure how much of this I actually downloaded as far as the DLC is concerned. I do want to speed things up a bit though, because I remember the it had some frame rate issues. I'm gonna try it in 1440p or 2K. I want to see how that turns out, because since I first live streamed this on my computer, of course I bought a new monitor and I want to see how it turns out. I'm gonna turn down ultra graphics. Um, it doesn't need to be that, because I don't even have a 4K monitor, so I mean, and it's probably filtering all the way up. I want to keep performance performance level, looking good. If I turn everything down, oh, that should be okay. I don't know if you remember the last time I streamed this on my computer. It was like really slow, kind of choppy. Hopefully, this speeds things up a bit. Okay. I don't like dialogue to stay up. I have a Dolby Atmos speaker. Sorry if this is boring to you. It's mouse interface. Oh, yeah, that looks. All right, here we go. Okay. Oh yeah, this look way better. 1440. Actually, this looks really. I hope you're not hearing it. And hope you're not hearing uh, an echo or anything. When my speakers are turned up, I heard an echo. Turn them way down. Get your that cat. Yacht 6. That's free. I am bolt action rifle chambered at 30-06. This is what you want to do when you're taking down the big game. Keep that. Same rifle. Not 30. Rebuilt military surplus rifle. Great option. Medium to large. Need some scrubbing up to make it like new again. That very satisfying project. How's that compared? Oh, way better. Got the money for it though. Damn it. Look at accuracy here. I don't know if you can see my mouse cursor. I only have 2 grand to spend. That's that's ooh, that's for that 100% accuracy. Developed by Slovenian gunsmiths for rabbit. No, we're gonna stick with the. Let's stick with this one. 45, 45 caliber. Again, Effective range 50 meters. How many long shot ones? That's right. 50 meters. No, per meter. This is for up close first. Oh, I can't get these yet. See? Caliber. Musket. Potentially. High accuracy. This one. 4.3. Handgun. Ruger. Have any Rugers in here? Airstopper sidearm. Look at that. Not much in terms of accuracy, but power behind it though. Okay. Okay. Remingtons. go with this guy here. Okay, cool. Since I have, should work with it. That. Still well under my limit. So should have the ammo to go with 3-06 bullets. I was kind of toughed out with bullets, so I don't want to be running around the woods like Rambo, shooting wherever the hell I see. Four, five, four. Oh, that's right. I don't have any ammo. All right. Now, you know what I'm doing here? Carrying the correct ammo for the guns I have. Dog. Got a bloodhound. We can even customize him. I didn't know about this one. Right there. This one. Name your dog too. Now, years ago, my family had a Chinese Shar belonged to my mom. Well, it was her dog, but the dog like basically owned my dad. And of course, him being a Chinese Shar my mom named him Bruce Lee. What we're gonna name this dog. We know this is not a Chinese Shar Bruce Lee's a cool name for a dog. There we go. There's our Bruce Lee. Hey, what's going on here? I not letting me. One, two, nine. Okay. Letters and numbers are allowed. Oh, it wouldn't let me give him a last name. Weird. There's my dog. How much like me? There's my dog. Vehicle. Hi, dog. Hi, puppy. You gonna follow me on this cycle? Run over my own dog. I'm not even gonna. Hey, this plays way better on computer than it does on the Xbox. Hard to say. Remember last time we played this on the Xbox, I did make the observation that if you're driving one of these through the woods, you're gonna scare away all the animals. Here you are, hey, puppy. Good doggy. Look at that. There's my little Bruce Lee. There's my little Bruce Lee. What is this? Mark the interesting tree. I was gonna pee on it. I don't know if y'all can see the like what do you call it? The Windows the taskbar at the bottom of the screen. I'm hoping that's not showing up on the stream here, but if it is, I do apologize. I don't know how to get rid of it, so we near the infested tree for investigation. Okay. I gotta mark these trees. on these for a second. Um, this map is in. It's set in, I guess, the Yukon or in Alaska, one of those two. But up here in Alaska, the spruce bark, the spruce bark beetles are that's a real thing. What they do is they eat the trees from the inside out. Basically, kills a tree, but the tree remains and makes for a kind of a hazard for like wildfires. Mission complete. Ooh, cash work, 2,500. Really? I never use it, and I live here. I'm kidding. I never leave the city much. What did he say? What did he say? What are you talking about, dude? All right, come on, dog. Put it over that way. Okay. Dog. Can't remember my dog now. Well, that would suck. Hey, get out from the front of the vehicle. Damn mutt. um. Oh yeah, this certainly runs a lot smoother than last time I streamed it off the computer here. Granted, that was on my old monitor, which is actually right here. I have not yet hooked that up yet. I was wanting to make this into my chat monitor when I get some more not just followers, but like more, I guess, viewers, people actually watching my streams. And of course, that's not going to happen until I start announcing my live streams. I still have not really done. I do apologize. It's kind of my own fault. I'm still working on the whole idea of self promotion, which admittedly I'm not very good at because I'm a kind of a modest, humble guy. I don't really, in real life, I don't really self promote. Uh, and when I'm on social media, I just like to abuse it. Oh, I got a lifetime ban from Twitter. I told some guy to get back in the kitchen and make me a sandwich, and Twitter called that hate speech. Like whatever, dude. I think they was looking for a reason to get rid of me. Their Twitter's cracking way down on anybody essentially that's not a leftist or a Democrat. Ever since like Elon Musk threatened to purchase the company, they're just doing this widespread purge of anything that even reeks of conservative values. So I don't like miss it. I mean, it's basically, I will miss interacting with some of the people I did make friends with on there, but you know, I didn't know anybody personally on Twitter, so it's like I think and I'm in the middle of a month long uh, ban from Facebook, which is par for the course where Facebook's concerned. I don't really care. And but the reason why I got banned from Facebook this time is so silly. I was basically mocking this the meme that someone put up. It was two. It was a picture of two text messages. They were both from a couple of uh, like scammers. They were one was a sugar daddy wanting to use their cash app. The other one was a sugar mama also wanted to use her cash app. And I went on there and I said, "Hey, I'm looking for a couple of sugar parents so we can all be one big happy a sugar family." I was joking, but uh, Facebook called that inappropriate sexual content and they banned me for a month. So the both of those um, banishments from social media were one was more sillier than the other. I mean, take your pick. Um, all fun and games till somebody gets hurt. Nobody got hurt there, so I really don't care. I am just admiring the view. Look at this. And this also looks way, way, way more impressive when you turn off the motion blur. The response is much more quicker. We don't want to leave my vehicle. Get out away from the vehicle, you mutt. Lead droppings from two different species in the musket. Okay. Gotta go pick up some shit. Little turds here and there. We're already in the shit, so to speak. We're in the muskeg, whatever that guy calls it. Us city folk call it wetlands. I gotta go find some turds. Two different samples, two different species. Any shit there. Come on, Bruce. Any turds around? Here's a good boy. Trust the binoculars for turds. That's what we do in Alaska. That's how we do it. There's another reason why I picked this game to live stream tonight, because there's another game that I want to compare it to, which is in the same, uh, it's within the same genre. It's an old Xbox 360 game called Cabela's Alaska Adventure or something like that. And I haven't played that one in about a couple few years now. That game is hilarious because it's the same type of concept. You go on, you hunt animals, but in that game, you go to shoot like a caribou or like a you know moose or deer, and if you hit the deer and you piss them off, the deer will attack you. It's so hilarious. I had this one deer attacking me in that game. It was like it almost killed me too. It was like chasing after me. I was running away from him. It was chasing after me. Like that happens in real life. It doesn't. But I mean, it was just so funny, and I want to get back into that game. It's one of those older Xbox 360 games that is it's like backwards compatible on the Xbox, the Series X. Gotta find shit here. Don't know where. I should follow this. Should I leave it? I don't want to stray too far from my vehicle. There it is. Okay. In my quest to hunt for poop, I forgot about my vehicle. Back and get it. I'm assuming you can hear me because I can hear myself on my computer speakers. Really hope you can hear me and everything's going all right. But, getting a little tired of these technical issues that I've been having lately. So much easier to live stream off the Xbox. Oh yeah. Up here. Travel in the muskeg. But dropping two different species in the muskeg. Even though these aren't 4K graphics, they still look pretty amazing. There's water effects there. Moose. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. I didn't have my guns ready. Now I do. load up here. Oh, I don't need night vision. Pick up on this moose. Prone. I need to switch up my rifle sights. That night vision picking up. But I can't see anything yet. Actually, you know what? Pick up on this moose. Oh, thing about moose in Alaska, really don't want to mess with them. They're also a common sight right here in Anchorage, in the city limits, sometimes right here in the middle of town. Really got to be wary of them. You are on their turf, so to speak. Sure. Close we get to the moose, shoot him in the head or something. Down, Bruce. Crack moose here. $1,000. Another mission, but practice moves and kill him. Need the trophy. Picked up some trophies in the Xbox version of this game. But so far, I don't think I have any trophies for the computer version. Oh yeah, remember I was streaming this game, and then the game crashed. After spending almost 2 hours trying to find a moose, and in my first stream for this game on the computer. Moose is about to run out of gas pretty soon. I did shoot him. He's bleeding. It? Ah, that's it. Killed it. Yay! First trophy on the PC version of this game. I finally killed my moose. Look at that! I got it right in the vitals. Shot it from behind. Almost shot it in the ass, but I got him right in the side. It's a female. Good eating right there. Not a bull, but good enough. Right. Now, go back to our vehicle. Find it again. I'm sure it's on the map. Whew. There. Shot in the ass. 7 bullets left. Did I get it? Any blood? Or just more ammo? Right. Gotta be. You know what? I'm just gonna let that one go. Go back and get my quad. What? Man, just well, I wandered pretty far from that thing, didn't I? Almost too bad this doesn't have that one feature that was in that old uh, Starface game where you can call your driver to drive your vehicle to wherever you're at. You don't have to go wandering all the way back to go look for it. But for sake of realism, I can see how they see why they made it where you have to go walking back on foot to get your vehicle. 100 meters away. You're doing that. I'm gonna wet my whistle, folks. The other night, my wife and I we ordered from a local place called Wingstop. Oh, there it is. Hatchet. Oh, wait a minute. Hatchet. Or it's a hatchet, but not the hatchet that the guy told me to get. So, which is weird. Okay, the hatchet right there, but it won't let me take it. One of my pet peeves about certain games Like that Moons of Madness, that game I live streamed the other night or last week. It wouldn't let you pick up certain items that were obviously could be used as weapons. Like that game, Alien Isolation was like that too. Alien Isolation, you would maybe digging around and you see a pistol on the ground, but it wouldn't let you pick it up. An obvious, you know, a weapon, but the game wouldn't let you pick it up and grab it and use it. Totally kill the immersion in that game. And yeah, that's one of my pet peeves. Certain video games wouldn't allow you certain items. Clearly, weapons or something that you can use as a weapon. You got a mission to do. Bag a trophy. Dog. If I'm following directly behind me or not. That certainly is more convenient than having to walk all the way there. Cool. Kind of wish this had a uh, third person perspective mode. First person's cool, but who's scared of my quad bike? One of those, the one that I shot earlier. I'm not even sure if I shot it. I don't think I did. I need a different sight because I can't use the night vision during the day. Not a good idea. Here we go. Claim this land for my people. Farm license number 13, cooperatively managed for production of continuous forest crops. Going here. I missed it. Thank you. Now, right. Get more ammo. 3-6. What else do we need? Biscuits. It costs so much though. And I can't afford any of these. Can't get the gillies yet. Oh, engage. Is We'll rest till 5 o'clock in the morning. So dark. Let's save our game here. Save early. Save off. Or will it let me save? Have to hatch marked out. This is not the marked out. Why is there snow on the ground? Here's my little Bruce Lee. There's a good dog. Yeah, very good doggy. Oh, any hacks around here, so I must be over there. Let's go do that. Come on, dog, try to keep up. Peaceful out here. Like in real life. One of the great things about Alaska, there's great scenery everywhere. Even on crappy days and crappy weather, Alaska still has this rough beauty about it, you really don't experience anywhere else. I'm saying in the world. I'm sure there's places in Europe that compare, but Alaska is just so unique in every way. You either love it up here or you hate it up here. There's really no in between. Very relieved when my wife moved up here. She fell in love with it right away. I wasn't sure if she was going to like moving from the Philippines to Alaska because that's a big climate, big climate difference. Going from really hot weather to really cool weather. Said it was cold up here when she first got here, but she always said it's like free air conditioning. She doesn't like to get hot. She's kind of camera shy too, but if you watch my last live stream, that podcast I did, she does make a brief appearance in it. That pretty face of hers. And I'm not just saying that because I'm married to her. She's really a beauty in her own way. She's got humble about it too, which makes her weird. Yeah, what am I supposed to do here? Going to need to pick up those samples, so I found a good spot for you to drop them off. Before you get out there, though, I'd like to ask you to pick up a hatchet The outpost close to the wetlands. We'll need it later. Collect a hatchet from the marked outpost. Are we looking? Not here. Nothing. Waste my time coming out. Okay, go back. The outpost. Where was just at? Dog. Hang out here. Wasting my time. Enough with the disco. Another minor pet peeve of mine when it comes to video games nowadays is tedious, what do you call them? Fetch quests, which are pretty common in a lot of times in role playing games, specifically Japanese role playing games and JRPGs. They really do the fetch quest thing just to kind of prolong the game, prolong the life of the game, so to speak. I mean, don't get me wrong, side quests are cool, but fetch quests can get pretty tedious. Kind of qualifies as a fetch quest. But thankfully, you can go off course, whatever, off mission, so to speak, and just go out and shoot animals. The real fun's gonna come. How's that? The wolf. Big ass wolf. Dude, look at that. I can run it over. Come on, Wolfie. Yeah. Fair reminder, there are predators out here to actually eat you. Want to see me get eaten by a wolf? There's a hatchet somewhere. Bury the hatchet. Where the hell is it? Damn. You can afford a good tent. Obviously. Here. guy said there was a hatchet. Go take a shit in here. There's another pet peeve of mine when games like this. There's the okay. Bag full of shit, piss water. Okay, now I have to go back to where the hell I was at earlier. Fetch quests suck. Come on, dog. Go back. Wolves don't kill us. And I cannot get over this game's graphics. So peaceful, so cool, kind of calm and relaxing. Imagine like Skyrim without all the dragons and people trying to kill you. Just out here in the woods. Just you and Mother Nature, bunch of ammo and weapons. I feel a little safer now with the shotgun in case those wolves come back and try to attack me. My wife and I, we were wanting to take the kids down to Seward on the train until she looked at the prices. Holy cow. Basically about $100 per head. Minus our little baby. That's still four of us plus the baby. It's like $400 for like a round trip on the train from Anchorage to Seward and then back to Anchorage again. If you recall, one of my older live streams from a few months ago, when I was streaming was a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I flew over the road on the road trip to Seward. Gives you an idea of how far away it is from Anchorage. Uh, I didn't really follow the train tracks, but they're right around there, essentially right along that road. And then the train tracks kind of go up into the mountains a bit. Here, spot was he talking about? Here? Hmm, my hatchet. Do not understand it. My one perk point. Choose much, really? I have a hatchet, but drop samples off at the marked location. Okay, I'm here. Marked location. Okay. Marked location is getting very annoying. Might just call it quits here. All right, piss me off. You have to call the guy. This game, is this mission broken or something? There. At HDR. Just curious. I don't think it has. I'm not sure if I have any HDR games on HDR would be under display setting. No, I don't. I'm an American. We don't use metric systems here. You know why? They're too stupid. I always did find it odd that we're the only country in the world that does not use the metric system. I can see in um, certain lines of work where imperial system would be more practical. I mean, you really want to measure, or would you rather measure a foot and a half or however many centimeters that is? Mission's pissing me off. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. Now I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Guy sends me out here, and there's nowhere to drop it off. I took the samples. He said leave it here. Drop samples at the marked location. Off right here. How do I drop them off? I think this is a broken mission, honestly. In which case, let's just leave it. Drop samples at the marked location. I'm at the marked location. Can't drop them off. We're just going to about this lady here. Travel to the Frontier Vista outpost. Photograph the landscape of Frontier Vista. Sounds pretty easy. Let's do that, shall we? Go ahead. Make my day. Seen as this here is a 357 Magnum. Blow your head clean off. Gotta ask yourself this question. Do I feel lucky? Or do you mutt? Shoot a dog. Crazy. I'm getting sleepy, folks. Adrenaline's kicking in. Alright, let's go check this mission out. Lady wants us to take pictures of something. Oh, I guess that counted as a movie quote. Can you guess which movie that was from? It was kind of a mix of two different movies. But if you can guess even at least one of them, I mean, it's a given. I mean, even this generation, this youngest generation, should know what movie that came from, or from what movie series that came from. There's a hint right there. I'll quote from the one movie. And go ahead, make my day. We'll use that movie quote. The other one was kind of give you some Google time on my unofficial tradition doing a live stream. I gotta have at least one movie quote in there. When we get to our destination, I'll give you the answer. Pretty sure you folks already figured it out, though. Pretty famous movie icon. Actually, the movie title might throw you off because that is from a specific movie within that series. All I'm going to say for now. Giving plenty of hints. Is that? Oh, careful. The, the bear around here. Look at that. All right, keep going. Hang around no grizzly bears or whatnot. believe it or not, black bears are the worst. Um, I mean, brown bears or grizzly bears, they're bad enough, but they can't climb trees because they're so fucking huge. But uh, uh, the black bears, however, they can climb trees. They're smaller bears, so if you try to run away from a black bear and you try to climb a tree to get away from it, it's going to climb the tree after you, pull you down, and eat you, tear you apart, whatever. Our bears do what they do. I don't play with bears, man. I don't mess with bears. I hate bears. Actually, if, if there's one animal in the world I'm truly afraid of, it is a bear. Because they hide in the woods, and when they get brave enough, come out and they knock over your trash cans to look for food, it can be very dangerous. My dad, years ago, about 10 years ago, he used to live on the east side of town. And we're talking in town, okay, right in Anchorage, in the uh the little suburban area that they lived in. I mean, nice neighborhoods, literally like neighborhoods, right in the middle, not in the middle of town, but I mean in town. My dad goes out one morning to take the garbage out, and the garbage cans were up on the side of the house that they were living in at the time. My dad turns the corner, and there's a bear right there, like digging through the garbage. And according to my dad, they both kind of scared the hell out of each other because my dad took off running back in the house. The bear took off running um the other direction. They just scared the shit out of each other. That is a typical Alaskan story. Very typical. It happens way more often up here than a lot of folks probably tend to realize. And I mean, granted, every uh, every place in America, you're gonna get a wildlife type story like that, but I believe they happen with much more frequency up here in Alaska than they do in the other states. It's my opinion. Sticking by it. However, when I lived in Illinois, they had they had mountain lions there, and there was enough of the wooded areas around the part of Illinois that I lived in where you really had to be careful because mountain lions were pretty frequent. They would hide out in the wooded areas. And there was enough wooded areas where mountain lions were uh, more commonplace, I would say. It was news to me at the time. I was like, well, when I think of Illinois, the last thing I would think of off the top of my head is mountain lions. This is a long ways out of the way. I'm glad I got this quad bike. Otherwise, I would have been poofing it, walking. Graphics. Or it looks like shit on Twitch, but you know, most games do. I claim this land for my people. All right, movie quote time. I'll say it again one more time. Go ahead. Make my day. My very poor Clint Eastwood impression. But if you guessed the movie, the actual movie, the specific movie, Sudden Impact, or uh, Dirty Harry Part 3. No, Part 4. Sorry. Dirty Harry Part 4. You would be correct. It was Part 4 in the series. The series is Dirty Harry, Magnum Force, The Enforcer, Sudden Impact, and the last one, not the least one, the Deadpool. Movie trivia here. The Deadpool was the only movie where Clint Eastwood and Jim Carrey were in the same movie. Jim Carrey played a heroin addict or something. Yeah, like a drug addict. I think it was heroin addict. And in that movie, and he played a pretty convincing heroin addict. I mean, it's supposed to be like a serious role, but you see his like the facial expressions of like Jim Carrey. This is right before he did that TV show in Living Color, and that's all you see is Jim Carrey. You know, it's hard to really hard to take Jim Carrey seriously. And I heard he retired recently, like he's quitting movies. Like I think Sonic 2 is supposed to be his last movie, but I mean I don't know. He's not that old. I don't even think he's in his late 50s right now. I know he's a little older than me. I'm 48. He's got to be in mid to late 50s. He's been making movies for a long time. I think his first movie he was ever in was Peggy Sue Got Married. That came out way back in 1985. And so Jim Carrey's been doing movies for a long time. I mean, 1985, folks. That's like 37 years ago. Okay, it's not like it was. It's not like yesterday. Okay. Earlier we went to trampoline park. We took the kids there. We were gonna take them to the park. We'll play on the park, but it was raining today. We got rained out. What's this lady want me to do? I go all the way back there. Ah, right. Stupid. All right, go back there. Wait, before I do anything, I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Proud of the Frontier Vista outposts. Photograph the landscape from the Frontier Vista. Okay, don't leave yet. How did I get my camera out again? Oh yeah, Frontier outpost with the bridge included. How do I take pictures? Roll. Camera. E. Anyway, Jim and I used to visit Pioneer Vista all the time. He would have told you that I oversee research. One of our teams has asked us to confirm the presence of caribou and uh, bison within the Crimson Plains. Can you spot one of each and report back to me? One caribou, one bison. We're gonna go. All right. As you can see, I'm slowly getting the hang of this game. All right, 2 miles that way, almost 3 miles that way. Poor dog has to run after me for 3 miles. Folks give me the run around. Yeah, that the podcast I did yesterday afternoon, that was pretty fun. I want to do something much more uh focused this time, more refined, and start doing maybe a little bit more research on some of the news before I comment on it. Kind of uh fumbled the football yesterday when I talking about like Asian countries and the different governments that are in Asia, and I'm not 100% on all the Asian countries, what type of governments there are, aside from communism and republics. The term republic kind of gets tossed around a little too, no pun intended, liberally. Some of them are kind of tongue-in-cheek republics, like North Korea, Republic of North Korea, which in itself, I believe, it got its origins from when Korea was just one country, and I remember it was called the Rock, ROK for short. Um, that's who we were. That's who America was fighting in Korean War anyway. So another no pun intended. I think North Korea is a bit of a rhino nation republic in name only. Very interesting. Very carefully down. Can't go up on the bridge. Fine, then I won't go on. But yeah, Korea or North Korea is a rhino country, republic in name only. I believe that a country like North Korea is more, it acts more like a communist country than anything else. I think a lot of that is influenced by China. China's, I mean, they claim communism, but I know that they also have their own version of capitalism. They have they're utilizing capitalism for their own communist goals for their gains. Essentially, it just all amounts to how much control they have over not only their people but over the world. I mean, China's been doing a lot of behind the scenes things over the years, purchasing land all over the world. Essentially, they recently, I believe, they purchased a tract of land like literally right next to one of our military bases here in the U.S. I'll have to research that one a little more. I don't know which military which base it is off the top of my head. I'll have to look it up. I just heard about that earlier, well, like yesterday. But I mean, they purchased most of Africa already. China, they built a village in India, inside India. So they're essentially, oh, and they bought a what did they do? Built built something in was it West Africa, like a port or something, and place where they can refuel their ships, their navy, right directly across from the east coast of America. So I mean, if they wanted to attack the east coast of America in a war, or world war that they're gearing up towards, I mean, they have nothing but open water between West Africa and the east coast of the U.S. So like they're definitely strategically gearing up for something. The whole thing with Taiwan, I believe, is just a front, so to speak. Keep them talking, keep us talking, keep our news media talking. they're not really gearing up for an invasion of Taiwan, so to speak. China's gearing up for a war with the U.S., or they want to have at least have the means to do it. One thing I still believe, though, is I still believe that China cannot, they cannot, you know, they can't. What's here? I don't think they could carry on a prolonged conflict with the U.S. Yeah, they got all these hypersonic, missiles, high tech aircraft, and whatever, but they don't have a whole lot of the thing. They might initially, they would certainly dominate our military from at first. They were to start a war with the U.S. They would certainly, they would, dominate early on. But as the war progressed, we're talking a conventional war here, not nuclear. I don't think they have they're not crazy enough to go nuclear on us, but in a conventional war, yeah, they would dominate early on. But as the war draws out and all their um, most high tech weaponry um, would get destroyed, their best ships, their best airplanes, their the best like battlefield like tanks and whatnot. Once those weapons got depleted, they would be left with their older stuff, like their older weapons from the Cold War era. They don't have the amount of military and natural resources that America has. They don't. Logistically, their army is essentially landlocked in China. I mean, once their navy was essentially depleted, uh, like you know, they would be left with yeah, one of the world's largest armies, but they'd be landlocked in China. They would be counting on the America to invade China, which I don't think America would want to do, so to speak. Not to mention the fact China has not won a war against another country. I mean, since gosh, you'd have to look it up historically. I mean, what's the last like war that China has ever won? Okay, historically. Let's pose a question like that. I mean, they've never really won a war. Could they win one against the U.S.? I don't think they could, honestly. And it's not just underestimating them. They have no real like battlefield ex- experience. The last war they were ever in was against Vietnam, and they lost. In 1979. I mean, they have no real war veterans. Their armies, how often do they drill? Not as much as America, that's for sure. I mean, I don't know. I just don't see them being as big of a threat as they like to make themselves out to be. As they say in the hood, they're all hype. Hype. shit is whack, yo. Oh my god. Stretch. It's 3 o'clock. Not saying we don't have anything to worry about from China. Saying that I just don't think they're as powerful as they like to make themselves out to be. Like the Assassin's Creed, where you find a viewpoint, you unlock territory. We're gonna go to this new camp over here. Out. I believe after that we're going to call it a night, like 3 in the morning. I have nothing to do tomorrow besides going. uh, My youngest boy has an appointment. It's a checkup. See how he's doing. He's doing great. They have to keep track of him. The baby still. Well, he's a or a toddler now. He's 7 months. He's gonna be 8 months old next week. So he's such a cutie. And I'm not just saying that because he's mine. I'm just saying that I have good genes. Come on, you mutt. He run you over. Well, he shot one deer, or it was a moose. Mostly did all his fetch questing and driving. I have a dog now though. Oh, nice. One of my mission parameters. Need to spot a caribou now. Do that next time. Unless I spot a caribou on the way to this outpost. It'd be great if I did that. Terribly convenient. Maybe that'll be one of my topics. The next podcast I do. Um, how much of a threat is China really? I know the news media likes to take them up because well, our government is kind of already been um bought off by China. They have so many holdings here in the U.S. that essentially America has been compromised already by China. Uncle Joe there, Joe Biden himself, he's basically China's lapdog already. And let's be real about it. Hey, he's got investments in China he wants to keep. Who deny it, just don't want to admit it. They voted for a China Chinese puppet essentially. Oh, this is where I place the waypoint here. What a view! Yeah, this looks like a good stopping point. Do this for a couple hours now. Um, yeah, I'm gonna put a stop here. Good stopping point. And yeah, there we are. Anybody been watching the entire time? I do appreciate the audience, as always. Um, folks just waking up on the East Coast there. It's about 7 o'clock your time, 7 a.m. Y'all getting ready for a work day. It is Monday now. I hope you all have a good day at work and good day. Happy Monday. Anyway, I'm just happy to be up and at 'em, live streaming off of my computer again. Uh, I'm getting sleepy. Sorry. But yeah, hey, folks, thanks for watching. Um, I will see you on the flip side. Until then, I am out of here. Peace.